Bij mij zit een Matt Entropy van de Gym Class Heroes. And guys, with a band name like that, I suppose you were all jocks in high school.
No.
No?
That's the ironic part. We actually didn't participate in gym class at all. But we were actually phenomenally good at table tennis, Matt and I. We were really, really good at table tennis.
But you actually met in gym class, that's right.
Yeah, Travis was like 9'2" in gym class, so he kind of stood out. And I remember he had a Rage Against the Machine shirt on, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that dude, because I was super into that band. But yeah, we met in gym class and just sat on the bleachers and talked about music all the time.
Take a look at my girlfriend, she's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend, I never seem to get a lot.
So when you guys recorded Cupid's Chokehold, did you realize it was going to be such a huge hit?
I don't think we had any notion of how big it was going to get, but I think it's like, it just kind of like, it was like a snowball effect, and it just kind of like grew and sort of blew up on its own, and we're really happy about it.
I think so. So I have to admit that Supertramp is one of my guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
So I was wondering why you used that song, Breakfast in America.
I grew up on Supertramp. Yeah. So my dad was a bass player, so it was like a lot of eclectic music in my household. And I remember the record cover, there was a scary lady, like a scary waitress on the cover, like, you know, and the New York skyline in the background, and I would be like, Dad, play the, and I would go around the house like, take a look at my girlfriend, and you know, I'd be like, Dad, play the record with the scary lady on the cover, and you know, he'd play the record for me, and you know, like, as opposed to like a lot of hip hop artists who just sample songs they think are gonna be hits for the sake of, you know, like, we did it in good taste, you know, it's kind of like a homage, as a homage to, you know, a song that we thought was timeless, and a song that we feel is like well written, and it's kind of our take on it, you know.
I mean, she even cooks me pancakes and Alka-Seltzer when my tummy aches. If that ain't love, then I don't know what love is.
Your story is quite the same one as Panic at the Disco's, because it all started happening for them
really,
when.
Actually, our story
I know
is a
you
lot
get pissed
different.
when you say that, but you also sent a demo to, or Pete Wentz got his hands on one of your demos. How did that happen? Did you send him, or?
We actually Matt, you can tell her.
Yeah, I mean, like, you hear about bands getting signed from like constantly sending and bombarding labels with their recordings, but for us, like, we just recorded the Papercut Chronicles the same way we had been doing our whole lives, and we just sat back and finished it and didn't do anything. And then like a couple days after we finished it, Pete from Fall Out Boy was trying to get in touch with us because he was starting up Decadence Records at the time, and it worked out really well for us. We went out and met the dudes and like connected, like, musically for sure. And like, I mean, it's been great having Pete on our team from like a business standpoint, and then like Patrick has like so much soul and creativity, so it's like been amazing having him to work with.
Take a look at my girlfriend, she's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend, I never seem to get a lot.
One of the main reasons we signed to Fuel Our Ramen was the emphasis on touring. You know, we one of the main things we wanted to do was get out there and just, you know, like, show the world what we were doing, because we felt that it was something different, you know. And so we signed to Fuel Our Ramen because, you know, first of all, they were like, yeah, we'll get you a van and a trailer and get you on tour. And we were like, let's do it, because we just wanted to build a solid foundation as opposed to signing to a major label and having the major label go, all right, world, here's this weird thing. Either you like it or we're going to shelve it. And so what we did, we toured a lot, and we just toured a lot and built like a you know, like a following, and we were pretty self-sustained. Like, whenever things would go wrong, like our van would break down, we were like kind of too scared to call the label and be like, oh, so we need help. So we would just figure things out ourselves, you know, and we stayed self-sustained for a long time. So it's cool to actually have people behind us helping us now, and also it's cool to have like a hit song, because I can be more of a jerk now, you know, and to get my way, you know. Before, I couldn't really complain about anything. Now I'm just like, no, we're not doing this. No. Before I was like, okay, but now we kind of own the world, so we're a little more stubborn and naive than we were before.
He really is like that too.
Yeah, he is.
He's a big jerk.
Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get a lot. Take a look at my girlfriend. This is the Music Factory.